For the second time in 5 weeks, SpaceX has installed a Super Heavy booster fitted with 29 Raptor engines on Starship's nascent orbital launch mount. Both Super Heavy Booster 4, B4, and the launch mount have undergone substantial changes since they last parted ways 4 weeks ago. SpaceX teams have been laser focused on installing the vast array of plumbing, wiring, and components required to turn the hulking steel structures into functional launch facilities and the largest flight-worthy rocket, and both certainly look that part. Unlike Starship, which has an expansive skirt section perfect for stowing away sensitive plumbing and avionics, Super Heavy has an unusually short interstage and no real skirt, meaning that all the extra hardware SpaceX has installed over the last month or so is impossible to hide. Indeed, when Booster 4 rolled out of Starbase's high bay for the second time on September 8th, the rocket was blanketed by dozens of new valves, thousands of feet of wiring and plumbing, pressure valves, multiple hydraulic racks, a quick disconnect umbilical panel for interfacing with the launch pad, places for Flight Termination System, or FTS explosive charges to be installed, and much, much more. A lot of work would need to be finished, and all of it very smoothly, for an orbital launch pad cryoproof and static fire to be possible just a week or less from now. But Musk's response nevertheless provides invaluable context for SpaceX's near-term plans and confirms that Super Heavy Booster 4 is ready for integrated testing as is. Further, Musk's tweet implies, as speculated, that Starbase's orbital launch complex tank farm is much closer to test readiness than it might otherwise appear. According to Elon, the plan is not only to cryoproof the first flight-worthy Super Heavy, but to static fire the booster and shake down Starship's brand new orbital launch complex as early as next week. Additionally, Super Heavy B4's second batch of 29 Raptors, which were installed in late August, also appear to have an outward-facing umbilical panel that will get some level of assistance from ground systems while igniting those engines. It is unclear what exactly they'll do, but it's likely that those engine umbilical will connect to high-pressure gas systems on the ground, presumably minimizing the already absurd amount of COPVs and secondary plumbing present on Super Heavy. However, Super Heavy will still need to be able to reignite anywhere from 1 to 13 of its 29 to 32 Raptor engines in flight for boost back and landing burns, potentially explaining the 8 large pressure vessels and 100 plus small, high-pressure gas lines installed on the B4's aft end. Super Heavy also needs to be able to chill, feed, and purge all 29 to 32 of its Raptor engines, guaranteeing the Starship's booster plumbing situation, which was going to be immensely complex no matter which approach SpaceX took. In addition to Super Heavy B4's newfound complexity, SpaceX also spent the last 4 or so weeks outfitting Starbase's orbital launch mount. With all the plumbing, power, avionics, and mechanical systems it will need to function as a Stage 0 of the orbital class 2-stage Starship rockets. SpaceX has installed most of the secondary quick disconnect structures that will connect to and feed each of the Super Heavy's 20 outer Raptor engines. The main Super Heavy quick disconnect device was also installed, and a team has been gradually outfitting and connecting the structure to plumbing, avionics, and power. A significant amount of work still remains to connect the orbital launch mount to SpaceX's incomplete and custom-built orbital tank farm, which will store Supercool and feed the pad, Super Heavy, and Starship with several thousand metric tons of liquid and gaseous oxygen and methane. It's a bit too difficult to say how close Starbase's tank farm is to being able to support Starship or Super Heavy testing, which makes it equally unclear what SpaceX's near-term plans are for Booster 4. It's possible that the rocket has been reinstalled on the orbital launch mount as a second fit check, perhaps focused on those 20 outer Raptor quick disconnect mechanisms. It is also possible that the tank farm and launch mount plumbing are much closer to completion than expected, meaning that Super Heavy B4 could remain at the orbital pad until it's completed several crucial cryogenic proof and static fire tests. Do note that the long-term plan for SpaceX is to catch its Super Heavy booster, which will soon be tested. Next time on Discover Zen, we will be discussing top 5 amazing facts about Starship you probably did not know. Thank you so much for watching our video. If you liked what you saw, please click that like and subscribe button. Let us know in the comments below if you think Starship is ready more than anticipated. Until next time, friends.